Hi yogi, and welcome to practice. For this practice, you won't need any props, but if you do know that you like to practice with 2 blocks, go ahead and grab onto them. I'm going to demo without props, but I will cue them just in case you need. To begin, go ahead and start with your feet as wide as your mat, your heels in and your toes out. Inhale, circle and sweep your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, and then we're going to start in a Malasana squat here. So hug your elbows into your inner thighs and lengthen your spine up. Now this is a really great place to sit on a prop if you feel uncomfortable, or you can always lift your hips up a little bit or roll something underneath your heels. Now we'll settle in here just for a few rounds of breath. So really anchor your feet into the ground. Stretch the center of your spine up, and then you have the option to soften your gaze. Just taking a few deep breaths here, bringing your awareness into the flow of your breath. And take one more really big breath in here. And a slow breath out. Inhale, softly open your eyes. Take your fingertips down to the ground. Lift your hips and heel-toe your feet into hip-width distance apart. Put a generous bend of your knees. Soften the weight of your head down and fold in. Inhale to halfway lift, bringing your hands onto your props or onto your legs for more height. And then exhale, fold in, dropping the weight of your head down. Root into your feet, inhale, stand and reach all the way up overhead. As you exhale, arms stay lifted, press your palms together overhead in Anjali Mudra. Take a long deep breath in here. As you exhale, base down into your left foot and step your right foot off of your mat over to the left with your right heel lifted into a cross lunge. Put a soft bend of your left knee and hug your left outer hip back so your inner thighs are hugging towards one another. Take a breath in to really stretch your arms up, or if that's too much, you can bend your elbows or separate your hands wider. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, reach up and over to your left. You can gaze down, out, or up, breathing more space into the right side of your body. Good. Inhale, stretch your heart and your head and your arms back to center. As you exhale, step your right foot, feet hip-width distance apart. Other side, inhale, stretch straight up. As you exhale, step your left foot off of your mat, over to the right, heel stays high. Bring a soft bend to your front knee. Hug your outer right hip back, left hip forward. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, reach up and over to your right side. Breathing here. Feeling the space through your left side waist, combing your breath through your body. Good. Inhale, guide yourself back through center and step your left foot onto your mat. Take one more long inhale here, breathing some length into your spine. And then exhale, fold your hands to your heart. Take a little moment here to check in with how you're showing up in your practice, whether these first few simple postures have changed anything in your internal space. Setting the intention to stay present in your body, letting go of perhaps anything that you brought with you to your mat. So it's like you're drawing your awareness, your attention away from anything, any place, any person, and anchoring all of that precious awareness back inside your heart, inside your body, taking this time for yourself. On your next inhale, circle and sweep your arms up overhead. As you exhale, soft knees, hinge and dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. As you exhale, step your left foot back into a right lunge. So right foot forward, knee over your ankle. Soften your left knee down, untuck your toes. Firm your legs towards one another, even though they're apart. Then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, big cactus bend of your elbows. Begin to glide your hips back into a floating half split. So reach your arms back, palms face in. Straighten your right leg towards straight and flex through your right foot, digging your heel down and back. Sometimes I just like to keep a little bend of my right knee so I can really feel the activation of my heel dragging back, my hamstrings engaged. Curl the center of your heart forward, take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, take your hands down to frame your right foot. Shift back forward into your lunge. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up. And inhale, circle and sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, just take a breath to land in the shape, land into your body. Feel really spacious up into where you're reaching here. And then exhale, circle your hands back down to the ground and step back, downward facing dog. A full breath in here and a slow breath out. Good, inhale, lift your heels really high. And then exhale, bend your knees to a tabletop hover. Press your hands into the ground, spread your shoulder blades across your back. Feel your low abdomen and your ribs knitting in, but lengthen your spine forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, soften your knees down in the same way. Toes stay tucked and glide your hips all the way back to your heels. One spinal rinse. Inhale, roll forward through cat round. Once your shoulders shift over your wrists, open your heart forward and glide your hips back to your heels. Good, inhale, shift back forward through cat round. Let the top neutralize into your spine, into tabletop. Press into your hands, into your feet. Lift your knees back up for a tabletop hover, or you could keep your knees down. Feel into your hands, your left foot, and extend your right leg back behind you into a one-leg tabletop hover. Inhale, press into your left foot, straighten your left leg, and send your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug your right knee in toward your nose, thigh in towards your chest, and heel in towards your glute. And then step your foot inside your right thumb for a lunge. Left hand to a block or to the ground. Widen your right knee and inhale, circle your right arm up into revolve lunge. Use your exhale to really firm your hips in, feel them stable, and then rotate across your spine. Stretch your arms apart, big breath in. Exhale, reach your right arm over your ear and spiral it all the way down to the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand and reach all the way up overhead. Option, touch your palms, gaze up. Exhale, arms wide, fold all the way down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot back behind you, left lunge. Soften your right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, circle and sweep up. Exhale, bend your elbows, shift your hips back. Straighten your left leg towards straight, arms back, palms in. Stable and steady breath here. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands down, frame your left foot. Shift back forward into your lunge. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. And then inhale, high crescent. Reach your arms wide. Feel the air as you reach your arms up. Just use your exhale to settle. One more long inhale here. As you exhale, arms wide, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. For a full deep breath in. A slow breath out. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, tabletop hover. Just bend your knees down a few inches away from the ground, finding the degree that works for you. Feel your low belly engage. Take a breath in. Exhale, soften your knees, glide your hips back. We'll rinse it out one full cycle. Inhale, round forward to the back of your heart puffs up. Low belly draws in. Exhale, heart open, and glide your hips back. Inhale, roll forward all the way into a neutral tabletop position. Neutralize into your spine and hold exhale. Really firm all 10 of your fingerprints under your base knuckles down here. Then lift your knees back into your tabletop hover, finding support for your body as you need. Otherwise, extend your left leg back, one-legged tabletop hover. Straighten into your right leg, reach your left leg up. Three-legged dog stretch. Exhale, hug your left knee down and in. And step your foot inside your left thumb. Plant your right hand down, block the ground, and inhale, circle, and feel this rotation in your spine. One more long inhale here. Exhale, reach your left arm over your ear, down to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, step forward, feet hip width, and fold, dropping your head over your heart. Inhale, lengthen just halfway. Exhale, fold and dive in. Inhale, stand and reach all the way up overhead, taking up space. Exhale, fold your hands to your heart. Just take a moment here to feel into your feet. Feel into the space of your heart. And feel into your mind's eye. And drawing your awareness back inside. Away from anything, any place, any person. Reminding yourself that you are right here in the present. Good. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, touch your palms overhead. Remember, if that's too much, you can always separate your hands. Face down into your right foot, step your left foot over to the right. Soft bend of your right knee, inhale, stretch straight up. Next, I'll reach over to your right side. Really feel your right foot into the ground. Take a breath in here. And this time we'll sweep all the way into airplane. So feel into your right foot, circle your heart forward, arms back, and lift your left foot up. Keeping your hips stable, really engaging the back line of your body here. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, step your left foot all the way back to the back of your mat. Inhale into high crescent. Exhale, circle your hands down and soften your left knee down to the ground. Left hand down, block the ground. Inhale, circle your right arm up into low revolve lunge. Stop and stay here, or bend your left heel in towards your glute. Reach your right arm back, maybe grab onto your foot. To begin, back your hips up a little bit, hug your heel in, and then sink your hips down. Keep hugging your shoulder blades onto your back and opening your heart, scooping it underneath you to the right. You can stay here, kick your left heel back. Good, without slingshotting, extend your left leg back, right arm up, and come back into a lunge. From here, heel toe your right foot over to the right side of your mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up, and step forward, heels in, toes out, into Malasana squat. Just like we began practice. Elbows in, hands to heart, inhale, curl your heart up. As you exhale, tent your fingertips over towards the top right-hand corner of your mat. Also a great place for blocks if you have them. So the direction of our toes are facing out to the side. Keep your right knee in line with your toes. Base into your right foot, lift your left knee, keeping your left knee bent, heel towards your glute. So think a bent knee half moon with your lower body, and our upper body is in a halfway lift. Keep a soft bend of your right knee. You can stay here, reach your left arm back, and grab onto your foot, left foot again. Hug your heel in towards your glute, open your left shoulder back, and then stay here or kick your left foot back into Ardha Chandra Chapasana. One more long inhale here. As you exhale, if you have your foot, keep your knee bent, release your left hand back down to the ground. Hug your left knee in wide to the side and step your left foot down. Malasana, heels in, toes out, hands to heart. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, fingertips down, lift your hips, heel toe your feet back to hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back into Uttanasana. Inhale, circle and reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, press your palms overhead. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, step your right foot over to the left, heel high, soft bend of your left knee. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, reach up and over to your left. Really feel into your left foot. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll all transition into airplane, circling yourself forward and lifting your right heel back. Take an inhale here, long spine. As you exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale into high lunge. Exhale, arms wide down to the side and soften your right knee down. Right hand down, inhale, circle your left arm up. As you exhale, reach back, stop and stay, or hug your right heel and grab onto your foot, maybe. Back your hips up a little bit to hug your right heel towards your glute. Trying to keep them close, then settle the weight of your pelvis back down. Keep your shoulders framing onto your back, left knee wide. An option to kick your foot back. Now that you can see the setup for the prep of where we're going. And then inhale, stretch your left arm back up, release your right leg, and come back into lunge. Heel toe your left foot out wide to the side. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, step forward, turn your heels in, your toes out into Malasana squat. Take an inhale at center just to lengthen your spine up. And then as you exhale, fingertips out to the side, the top left-hand corner of your mat. So basically we're going to go into the sideways plane, but making sure that your left knee is still tracking over your toes so that everything is still in alignment. Pressing into your left foot, lift your right leg, bending the knee, hugging your heel close to your glute. This is a really great place to stay, checking in with your alignment, little soft bend of your left knee, or reach your right arm back, grabbing onto your foot. Hug your heel close to your glute first, so it's like a quad stretch first, and then you can kick your foot back, finding a gaze that works for you. Take one more inhale where you are. Knee stays bent, exhale, right hand down to the ground. Hug your right knee and step your foot down to Malasana. This time we'll round out our squat, so hips stay low. Stretch your arms forward, drop your head. Breathing here. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, sit down, roll all the way down onto your back. Press into your hands, head stays to center, do not move it side to side. Swing your legs over or take your legs straight up into plow or waterfall. For plow, your hands could be down, they could be interlaced or supporting your low back, your choice. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, slowly glide your low back to the ground. Happy baby, bend your knees, grab your feet, anchoring your low back down to the ground, drawing your outer thighs past your ribs down to the ground. You can stay in stillness or sway from side to side, feeling the back of your heart and your head supported. As you're ready, extend your legs out long and wide. Open your arms wide, palms up. Allowing your body to open into Shavasana. Really giving yourself this time and permission to take this little rest. We'll all take it together, and I'll give you a few moments of silence before I call you back. So allow yourself to sink in and receive. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Find some awareness back into your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Knock your feet back into hip width. Reach your arms overhead for a full body stretch. And on your exhale, just allow your body to drop. Keeping your eyes closed, awareness inside. Hug your knees in one at a time and roll onto either side of your body to pause, resting your head on your arm, rounding in. Taking a moment of appreciation here for yourself. And in your own time, in your own way, guide yourself back up to any comfortable seat. Folding your hands to your heart, collecting your awareness back inside. And one more time, drawing your awareness away from anything, any place, or any person, and gifting your awareness back to yourself. Before we transition off of the mat, ask yourself how you can protect your time and attention. How can you protect your time and attention? To close out, we'll take one more final cycle of breath together. Wherever you are, exhale all the way out. Now take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. In gratitude, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you liked it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend. I will see you next time.